Okay, it is Saturday morning. It is 6:24 p.m. I just got Chick-fil-A because I'm hungry, and yeah, it is really freezing this morning. But I think it could feel colder. Of course, if I say that, but oh, my foot's like, you know what? My right foot swells a lot. Like, fuck, I hate it. Ugh, I'm gonna take my shoe off while I'm making this video. And anyway, let's turn the heat off. And I wanted to show you the results from yesterday. But guess what? Okay. You know, after I guess uploading all those videos yesterday, anyway, I went to go upload my video for the morning, right? Which would be the challenge from yesterday, and then I was gonna make a video for tonight's video, which I will be doing. And I ain't gonna lie, this is gonna make it so confusing. Wait, this is what's supposed to be done at the nighttime. But I may not get to post these videos till tomorrow. Sorry, I already forgot the hell I was doing. Which reminds me, I owe a shout out to Jay Fontaine. I hope I say my last name right, because I really swear I need to learn. I have to do something about that. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to say your name, and so I don't say it wrong. But I made those DoorDash videos for him, because you know, I hope they help you, because I really, really do hope they help. Like I said, I feel like I just kind of rush through them, and you know how it is when you make videos like that. But and like I said, watching these other people will really help, because like I said, they literally show you step by step, even physically doing it, you know what I mean? And God, but you know, anyway, so like now this lady's watching me like, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, I mean, I'm allowed to eat in the parking lot and sit here and talk, you know what I mean? I'm allowed to. I'm a woman. But yeah, I swear to God, I hate it. This is a fucking parking lot. Yeah, I know you park here, there's Chick-fil-A and everything, but I mean, dude, you can't even sit in a parking lot anymore. It's not like it's nighttime. It's 6:20 and 6 in the morning. Fuck. But anyway, I don't know. So you can see my face because I have my light on. Anyway, sorry. I feel like everything's starting to get you can't go anywhere anymore without being micromanaged. It's just one of those things. I get it. There's a lot of weirdos out there. Our area's getting too big. I miss the days of the simple life. All this shit is crazy. Okay, anyway, my whole point was, all of a sudden it said I had to, you know, to like take a picture of myself, right? Verify my dumb identity. I didn't realize it wanted my ID card. So I said, okay, I'll put the video, because you get a choice of a video, a 6-second video, or your picture. And I don't know, I guess I should have clicked the other one to see if it was really a video, because I don't think so. Because how can they verify if you don't even know who you are? So then they're like, oh, you want your ID. So then I said, fuck it, I'll just give them my damn ID, because I want to be able to post, you know, YouTube videos and shit. So that kind of really sucks. Anyway, so I give them my damn ID. And then they're like, oh, you've uploaded too many videos in 24 hours. So you have to wait 24 hours to post a video or some crap like that. You know, I don't know. So I may not get to post till tonight. I may not get to post till tomorrow. Because of over posting apparently. And but now I'm verified on YouTube. But I figure, you know what, if I ever get monetized, which I don't plan on it, and then they're gonna want my ID anyway. And let's face it, they're gonna eventually want everyone's ID that's probably doing YouTube. Like, oh, you want to be uploaded? You're gonna have to give your information. I just hope that it does not affect my other channel. Because can you have more than one channel with the same ID card? Because that's a bunch of shit if you can't. Because I really need another channel. Because I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? I feel like you know, 1,000 videos. If you end up with, in which it wouldn't take very long to get to 1,000 videos, then you'd be hindered. And what are you supposed to do, start another channel? I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, God. So, you know, whatever. But I transgress. That's not what this video is about. And then, I don't know. I'm sorry about that shout out. I probably got all confused with all my whining and stuff. Like, thanks. Sorry for the terrible shout out. Because I'm like, oh my God. But, you know, his wife said that it should be helpful. So, let's hope. Anyway. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know. But I did want to say something in case I didn't say it about the earn by time. It is active time. So don't be disappointed if you, let's say you get on there, you get your first order, and let's say you only work 15 minutes and then you're done. And that's what they pay you for. Out of that $13 and some cents, you get 15 minutes of that $13 and some cents, plus a tip. And like I said, because it does say tip included, so that, you know, and yeah, there'll be a lot of those that are not tips, but trust me, there are a lot that are, because a lot of those YouTube video people, they were all like, yeah, tip, and they were making $20+ an hour. Of course, that's what I'm saying. I just don't know how that works, okay? And I know you can't milk the clock. Like, as long as you're reasonable, they're not gonna be like, oh my god, you know, they went to go run some errands and then pick up the food and then drop it off and whatever, you know what I mean? They are gonna watch that a little bit because it's their money time, right? Isn't that ironic? When it's your time, it's not valuable, but their time is very valuable. Anyway, let's get on to yesterday's work. Believe it or not, I was really lucky. I did it on both shifts. Basically, I took $8 and up on every freaking order. Okay, I'm going to tell you the morning half and the second half, because and I literally made $115 and some cents yesterday, which sucks. Oh, no, that's $115.72 for Uber. So wait, if I add that to actually the $42.81 I made with DoorDash, Grubhub, those are the two I ended up making money with. I made that's like a 7. I'm not gonna add the damn change there. Just gonna do, which the change is over $1, but 7 and 5 and, okay, I made like $158, okay, and some change. That's not bad. So it's not 200, but it's better than it could be. And we did quit early, and I had that. So remember, I started at 10 o'clock. I ended like let's say 4 o'clock, because they gave it 3:40 p.m. I felt like, I remember driving home around 4-ish, you know what I mean? Thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna be almost 5 by the time I get home or something. So that's why I'm saying I think it was more like 4 p.m. that I ended up quitting on my shift. And my shift, I did make over $100. I made $56.39 with Uber and $42.81 with Grubhub. And like I said, that Chick-fil-A order that was $23.65. That place was packed with children. There's a school bus, okay? And it was crazy in there. And I did get my order. I did take a little bit, but it did happen. Oh, look, here's 2 cops. You know, if they go and call, you know, whatever, because I'm like in their parking lot. Here are 2 policemen coming to check me out, I'm gonna assume. Or either that or they're getting food, but they seem like they're kind of speeding. So who knows? Anyway, I guess we'll see if they come pull me over and say, oh, there was a weird person in the parking lot trying to eat. But look, they're going really fast, so maybe they're going to go talk to the people. I don't know. This is such my luck. I wouldn't be surprised, though. Let's see if they went over there to complain. Oh, there was a lady in the parking lot. It's, you know, whatever. I just have bad luck with cops and police now. You can't, like I said, this is they're way over there. I'm not stalking their fucking workers, you know? It's just insane. Oh well, but anyway, Jesus Christ. I think I've just had, like I said, too much bad luck with policemen lately. In 2025, you know, I'm just like, fuck, it's a new year. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there was a bunch of children there, and there was children at the Starbucks, there was children at the Subway. They were making bunko monies at these places because I guess they were on some kind of field trip. Anyway, so that made the place even crazier for this $23.65 order, okay? That was huge. But I got it delivered. It went well. I was like, yeah, my first one, you know? And then, okay, then I made another $9.95 with Grubhub, $9.21 with Grubhub, and that was pretty much it. And I had only rejected 1 order. Now, I can't tell you what I rejected with Uber, but I feel like it was only 1. Like, for some reason, the orders were actually decent. They hit, like, okay, with Uber, I got a $14.45 for Petco, 1 dog food. Easy peasy, going to Pea Ridge. It was a little high miles. It was like 18 miles. I took it. Then remember that Dollar Tree one was $14.46, and it was high miles too, but I don't know if it would have been like 18 or less, okay? Let's just say it was 18 or less too. I don't know. I don't know more than that. Then there was a $9.58, an $8.90, and a $9, okay? Which equaled, you know, whatever, $56.39. And I thought that was pretty damn good, you know? So I did really good. I mean, all of them were high. None of them were low. So it was awesome. And I said, I feel like with the Uber, there was not that many rejects, just here and there. It was scattered. And then at nighttime, this is where it kind of got so kind of crazy because we had to get gas. I don't know what time we started. Fuck, I want to say, let's just say 7 o'clock. And we only did it till like 10 o'clock. 8, 9, 10. That's 3 hours, okay? So we made like $60 because it's $59.33 in 3 hours, okay? Now, I could be a little off on the time. It could have started a little 6, but we definitely ended by 10. And, but we didn't even get almost home till like 11 because he had to go to Walmart and blah, blah, blah. So, oh my God, it was a late night. Anyway, in that 3 hours, yes. Oh my God. Shit. No. I'm going to say it actually started at like 6:30ish, okay? Because we took an order before this big shop and go at Target. And it was the $8.08 for Taco Bell. And then I got this shop and go that I decided was worth taking, okay? It was technically it was $35 and some cents, okay? But they didn't have one item, so I'm assuming they decreased because of that, you know, like, because sometimes they ask you like by percentages for tip, you know, so I'm thinking that the tip automatically decreased because they didn't get those shoes, okay? And but I'll explain that because this is a pretty crazy story anyway too. All right, so yeah, so I took this order for Target. It was low, like 10 miles, okay? 10 miles, which I thought, hell yeah. And then it had 19 items, which turned into 20 items, which turned back into 19 items, okay? But, and then, yeah, it did take me, my husband was like, it took me an hour and a half to finish this damn shop, okay? An hour and a half, because I had to hunt down clothing, all right? Specific clothing, and then you had to hunt down a bag that was not in like where I would think it would be. I had to actually ask for help for this bag. Then I had to hunt down these specific shoes, which they didn't have one of the shoes of the two that they wanted. And then you had to go find all this cosmetic crap. And I mean, so, yeah, there might have been labeled, but some of the damn shelves weren't labeled, okay? So literally I had to hunt all these damn little things down. This is why it took so damn long, okay? I was pretty good on some. I was like, boom, 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 found it. You know, I started looking at price too. Like, that, I find that even when I was doing Walmart OPD, looking at the price helped, okay? Like, for the item, like, boom, you know? I don't know why, but it does. It really fucking helps. It just zooms it in because there's all these different prices, you know what I mean? And it makes it easier to zero in on an item, which is crazy. But, yeah. Oh my God. So you're walking around the store, and I had to go to the bathroom one part at a time too. And, yeah. And then anyway, so I got everything except there was like maybe apparently there was 3 substitutes, okay? Because that's what I was told. And apparently they approved all the substitutes because when I got to the thing and it rang up to $250 some, they're like, that's too much money. This should not have costed $250 some. And so I called support, and support gets like, oh, what's going on? And I was like, okay, they did not approve the amount, and I'm assuming it's because of the shoes, because these shoes that I did get were supposed to be $20, and they're $45, and so I need you to take the shoes off so I could take, you know, have them take the shoes off, and then they can get their shit, you know, because that's what I assumed they would do. Because if you had a pair of shoes that were $20 that you supposed to pay $20 for, and it costed you $45, would you be happy? I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure I don't think that's a hell of a jump, right? I would think that they wouldn't want the shoes. But then, no, the lady's like, oh, no, if they approved everything, you're good. We're going to push it through. So they did push them out through, and I got to pay and then go drop it off. That made me worry because is that going to drop my tip? Because they're going to be like, holy fuck, why the shoes $45? You know, I would have a heart attack if I saw that, but whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't freaking know what's going to happen with those shoes. But, yeah, I was like, holy crap, you know, so yeah. So the drop started dropping $1 something. Like I said, I think it's mostly because of the, other shoes that they didn't get, but, which were sandals, and they were cheap as fuck. So because I saw another color of these sandals, and I did not give them the other color because I was like, you wanted white, not off-white. So why would you want, or black, right? So I just didn't think that they would want that change. You know what I mean? Who the hell would want that? You know, I don't know. So that's why I was like, no replacement. I'm not even wasting my time, you know? But, Yeah, so that's why that one went crazy. And it was like an hour and a half of losing my time. I was like, we could have had any orders by that. I was like, so then I gave him that whole, well, if we're taking $5 orders and there's two, that's $10 an hour. So I don't think, that this is $33 is blah, blah, So that's why I was like, yeah, if you want to go that way with it, I actually do still think the let's say the $35 was still worth it, okay? I mean, it was, whatever, still worth it. And, but then after that, we only did 2 more orders because that was it. It was like I said, it was already 8:30, so it took a bit to get the next one because my husband was like, well, we're not getting much orders, blah, blah. It was slow. And there was a lot more shittier orders. I was rejecting more offers in the evening, okay? I was rejecting them. There was $3 orders, $4 orders, $5 orders. Okay, that's what they were giving us, okay? That was horrible. So I was like, fuck no, I'm not taking this shit. So I got another $8.01 and a $9.26, and then I was done, okay? I was like, I was tired. I knew after that shop, I think the day had finally caught up with me because I did not get to rest. I've been up since God only knows what time. I think 4 o'clock-ish because that was the day James had to go and leave to Texas and all that junk. So I was wore the hell out. Yeah, I didn't take long to do when I got home and went to bed after I ate something. It was probably after midnight, and I knew I had to be up at 4 in the morning to get Aiden to work too today. So I was like, fudge me. And I was gonna work. I was like, fuck, I'm not working today. Here I am working, okay? By the time you have to make people breakfast, you're whatever, you're just like, I'm awake. I'm wide awake, so that's why I was like, I'm just too awake to go back to bed anyway, so might as well work like I was planning on doing after this video. But yeah, I don't know. So I might try that again, but I might just start making that my new man thing, okay? Unless I get psychotically desperate, I'm going to try to only take $8 and up from now on, okay? I'm not guaranteed that I will not fold, but I'm going to try not to be folding. It's hard work to do what you should do. But like I said, if I had taken some of those orders, would I have gotten that $23 order? Probably not. Sometimes waiting does. Like, there is definitely times when I would like, I'm not in the fucking mood to do that restaurant. I'm not in the mood to do that amount. I'm just not in the mood for this or that. And then you get like a $35 order, okay? I mean, it does happen. I'm not kidding. That's why everything is a risk. You just don't know. What if you risk and you get nothing for hours? What if you don't risk and you do risk and then you get a great order? I mean, that's the hard thing. That's the hardest part about this job is trying to guess what you should do. What's in your best interest? And I mean, some people, like I said, they're on Spark and they can make $20, $30 plus dollars, sometimes $50 for an order. You know what I mean? Hard work. But they have the option because they're on it. I'm not on it. I can't. I'm still having problems with stupid Spark. That call the last time didn't help me at all either. They're like, and I'm just like, oh my God. I still gotta call them back and deal with them. I just don't want to. That's how lazy I am. I just at this point I just feel like fuck Spark. But I don't know because I don't know. That's what I feel like. I'm just not sure what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm in my brain. I keep thinking, you're going to have to eventually go back to a real job someday. You can't keep just doing this shit. But right now, yes, I can, and yes, I'm going to because I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm trying to figure out my goals on work, on what the fudge I want to do with my freaking life. Anyway, that's that. So I don't think I did too bad financially yesterday, and I'm so proud that I was actually able to get $8 and up orders. And God was with me yesterday, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. So let's see how today goes because I really would like to make money. Oh, and I don't know if you know, but one of our friends had a baby. This baby is also early, and this lady had a lot of health problems too, but they luckily had the baby, and she's doing good because she had a lot of health problems too, and she has made it. And this should be their last baby because, anyway, yeah, so congratulations to her and him. And we're going to go see the baby, not the baby, because baby's the preemie. Baby's going to be only, grandparents and whatever. I mean, we're going to go see them, literally. So we're seeing the parents in the hospital for a few minutes or so. And then, sorry about that confusion. It's like, what are you talking about? Duh. You know? And, but yeah. Another baby. And this one, of course, could hopefully play with her grandson because, like I said, James is very close to this family, too, because technically, you know, they both worked at the car lot together, you know, and kind of, you know, James was growing up working around this guy, too, because he was there, you know? They all have those two have different jobs now. But yeah, so they're really close. My husband's really close to them, you know, it's kind of one of those things. But, yeah. So that's about it. And, Lord have mercy. But they had a little girl. So when we have, my niece has a girl, they have a girl, we have a little boy, grandson. And, you know, and then one of my son's ex-girlfriends had a little boy, but that kid's almost a year old by now, almost, kind of, because it was last year they had the baby. And of course, I'm sure they're not going to be able to be close, but that would have been nice because, you know how it is. I don't see, you know, anyone being okay with exes hanging out. So, you know, say agree with their little kids hanging out. So that's probably not a thing, you know. But, you know, that would have been kind of cool too. I'm trying to think how many other babies were born that we know, but oh my God, at the top of my head, that's all I can think of, okay? That's the only babies I can imagine in my head. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So I guess, you know, but yeah, that would have been kind of cool. I was like, God, they could have had their kids play together too. Everybody could have had a bunch of kids playing together because they're all around the same age. All right, that's it. I'm gonna eat my Chick-fil-A. I'm cutting this video because it's pretty long. And I will talk to you next time. Bye. And I might going back to the old videos. So don't, like I said, this one and the one before this, I'm going to post. And then I might hit back to my November videos because I'm trying to get to where I'm supposed to be. But I don't know. At this point, I feel like I'm just going to flop back and forth. Like, maybe I should go ahead and start with the January videos and then go back to November. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do at this point in my life. You know? And as you see, I'm also bouncing back all the way to January of 2025. I'm hitting August of, I'm in July of 2025 because I already finished August. So I feel pretty cool because I basically finished August, September, October, most of November. I'm almost into December. And then, you know, currently, that's pretty good. So I go July. And then, so it's basically January to July that I need to catch up on. And we've already done all the May ones because the May ones actually did go out on time, like in May. They actually were correct. So that's what I'm saying. As I say, January, February, March, April, and May, June, and July. So that's like 7 months I'm behind. You know, 7 months I'm behind for 2025. And then starting to, you know, whatever. Plus, I'm not literally counting December for 2025 because that would make it 8 months that I'm technically behind. But, and then to be into 2026. So, I mean, I know that's kind of crazy. Oh, Lord have mercy. And like I said, I really want any videos before 2025 to actually go on my other channel. So, 2024 and below to go in the new channel. But, I don't know. I may or may not put some 2024s into this one after I've covered and caught up on everything, okay? If that ever happens, which if you see the rate I'm going, that could take a whole year. Could you imagine? I'm like, oh, let's post the 2024 videos now. That is 2027. Yay! That's going to be crazy, but whatever. We'll see. All right. I got to go. Bye.